video. Today we are going to be breaking down the map event, the Grand Exorcism Battle Ghost Town Arc Part 1. Y'all all know how to do map events, so I'm just going to go over the important parts that everybody wants to see. We're going to go over how many medals you need to clear out the entire shop, some of the important things that you need to clear out the entire shop. Oh, and fun fact, we are actually live on YouTube today, so please chat, do say hello to all of my viewers, or I guess say hello to yourselves. Who knows, you guys might end up watching this later on today, but that is neither here nor there. If you guys do like breakdowns like this, you can definitely go down below. You can hit the like, you can hit the subscribe, you can hit the notification bell so you can get notified every single time the dead man decides to glide, and you can also comment down below and let me know what you want to know. But we're gonna go ahead and get right into the video as I rock this Sukuna cosplay. Oh yeah, Twitch is here as well, chat. I'm so sorry. Twitch is here as well, but now we're gonna go ahead and get into the video. So like I said, everybody knows how map events work. You kind of just go around the map, do all of your little nodes, get all of your medals and everything. I'm more so just here to go over the recollection bits that are coming with this map event, because the recollection bit is new, and also we got a new banner with the recollection bit that is... The recollection bit is new, but the two characters on the banner are not new. So in this case, I will be going over the recollection bit this time around. But typically, if it's like a rerun or something that has a banner connected to it that is an older character or recollection bit, then I'm typically not going to spend too much time going over it, trying to elaborate on it. But the recollection bits that are boosted for the event are going to be... I guess I could have clicked on the one that was right there, but it's cool, chat. It's cool. It's going to be following the trail, and then this one is trigger upon using any command skill or ultimate skill. Applies 10% physical technique damage taken decrease to all enemies for 5 turns. Can be used again after 10 turns. I'm very much not a fan of the recollection bits that take more than 6 turns to reset. Some of the best recollection bits in the game only have a 6-turn effect, but it is a really good effect, or a 6-turn cooldown, I'm sorry, but have a really cool effect to them that just make the character, you know, hit a little bit harder, or make them a little bit more versatile with the utility or something of that nature. But this recollection bit's not really doing too much, because how many different enemies do you really fight in this game that are doing physical damage versus jujutsu damage? And also 10 turns at that. Like, even if it was like 8 turns or something, I'd maybe be kind of like not gonna say it's like dog shit, but like I'm like 10 turns, yeah, that's pretty dog shit. Hopefully the passive effect is pretty good, but I doubt it. Applies disruption to all enemies every 4 turns. Oh, that is actually kind of wild, but still don't know that it's wild enough to justify the first effect being as boofed as it is. Applies disruption to all enemies every 4 turns. 2 turns, has a 30% chance. Yeah, not even that crazy. Only a 30% chance is... If it's something like that that's only happening every 4 turns, I'd like to see at least at a 50% chance, and even at a 50% chance, I'm not even that comfortable with it for real. But nonetheless, at least the recollection bit looks kind of cool. That's about it though. I think that it's really cool that Megumi has to use all the different hand signs, and he has all of them shit. Like, everybody has hand signs, of course, but this man literally just has his own, like, at the bare minimum, 11 hand signs, just like by himself. 1 for each one of the 10 Shikigami, and then, or honestly, not even going to say anything from the manga, but there are more Shikigami than you think. We'll leave that where it is. But the fact that he has at least 11, because he has the 10 originals, and then he also has the 1 for doing Chimera Shadow Garden. But the other recollection bit, which is not right here because I clicked on the wrong thing, event bonus is right here, is called Will Rescue Satoru Gojo. I usually go over to the wiki to do this, but I guess I mean I can just crack it all right here. This one is going to be triggers upon using any command skill or ultimate skill. Applies 45% physical technique to self for 2 turns, and applies 45% curse technique to self for 2 turns. Can be used again after 7 turns. Now that shit is cracked right there. That's a good recollection bit right there. And yeah, I know it's not a 6-turn cooldown, but I will take the extra turn for an ability that cracked. This actually reminds me of the effect of Winter: A New Beginning. I can go to the bit in a second to show it, but this reminds me of Winter: A New Beginning, which is the one one that came with Yuta during the JJK0 banner, which was 25% to physical and curse technique, I believe. So then the passive effect is going to be, when turn starts, if ultimate gauge reaches its max, applies 25% damage dealt increase to self for 1 turn. So this is really cracked, but I will also say I don't know that I like that, because if you're trying to plan something out and you're trying to save your recollection bit for a turn after you get your ultimate or something like that, then this is not going to be very synergistic with it, because it's only 1 turn. I do like this style of buff, but I would like to see it be for like 2 turns at least, or like 3 turns, because like sometimes one character, the character that you have on, is definitely on the how do I say, the effect that you are, the turn that you get the ultimate for this character on, there might be a different character that you're trying to set up something else with. So if you need that character's ultimate as well, you're going to need an extra turn for that damage dealt to be sitting there instead of it just being for that 1 turn. Reason why I don't like stuff like that, or the reason why I don't like it just being 1 turn for stuff like that. But I mean, nonetheless, I digress. Less refreshed. That was kind of hard, but we're gonna go on to the shop and talk about how much all of the stuff cost. I have done the math, chat, for how much it costs to clear out the entire shop right here, and I've already farmed up enough metals to get these 2 keys. The first thing that you always want to get in this shop are going to be the 2 keys, which are 1,000 altogether, because these 2 keys are going to ensure that you can open up everything on the treasure map that I just said treasure map like it's One Piece Treasure Cruise. Oh my goodness. On the map event, this is going to allow you to open up everything on it. And if you need more keys, typically, or I don't even think you need more keys outside of the ones you buy in the shop. You used to need more keys, and there used to be keys you would get while on the stage itself, like beating fights or opening chests or anything of that nature. But I don't think they do that anymore. And even if they do, like I said, it would be provided on the actual battlefield itself. But just a quick rundown of how many coins you need for everything in this shop to clear it out, which I'm going to be doing at the end of this video, so do not worry, chat. I'm going to give you your little dopamine rush. If you want to get the complete recollection bit, you need to buy it from the shop 4 times, because during you doing all of the missions on the map itself, you're going to get 2 copies of it. So the other 4 copies are going to cost you a total of 4,500 medals. Then the real thing that everybody cares about the most, I only say the recollection bit, because the more copies of the recollection bit you have, the more coins you get per run you do on a stage, and then, you know, getting the tickets become a lot faster. To get all of the tickets is going to be a clean 3,000, so less than the recollection bit, which is very nice. You could even prioritize that first if you wanted to, but literally getting the recollection bit first is just going to make all of your farming maximized from that point on. And then literally, like you just saw me spend, it cost 1,000 medals to get the keys. But the last thing that I wanted to go over was how much does it cost for everything in the shop, and I'm not talking about any of the cursed objects, just because all of these are unlimited always during these events, so you can spend however much you want to in these. But I don't think these are really that much worth farming after you buy all of the initial one-time things in the shop. Everything else from the JP above, everything else all together in the shop, or not everything else, everything in the shop all together, including the keys, including the summons, including the recollection bit, including everything else, that is a one-time purchase, first-time purchase. All of the stuff is going to cost you, I had it written down, 28,750 medals. So keep all of those numbers in mind and get to farming. But I'll be back whenever I can buy out the entire shop, and we'll do our summon to end off the video. So we did actually get the rest of the medals that we needed. So I actually decided, after I stopped recording the first half of this, to just get the phantom medals for the tickets for the summon instead. And then I will go back and just go do the banner, and I'll come back and farm out the rest of the stuff later on, because like I said, it costs 28,750 medals altogether to clear out this entire shop. So like that would just be far too much grinding to do on stream to make my stream watch, when I could just leave it doing it later when I could be doing something with my life, right? So we're gonna go ahead and just pick up the tickets, and we're gonna go ahead and go do our summon on the banner. Hopefully I pick up the new recollection bit. It actually seems like it's pretty cracked, but there goes the tickets. They cost 3,000 like I said, but we're not gonna dilly-dally over here anymore. We're gonna go over to the banners. We're gonna crack that summon. All right, chat. We are finally here at the summon with is it Green Nobara and yes, okay, I thought so. It's Green Nobara and Megami, and then also rescue Satoru Gojo. Like I already went over this earlier in the video, and like I said, this one seems like a pretty good recollection bit. So hopefully I get it in this one multi right here. But we got the chat lending me their energy. Thank you so much, chat. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all can definitely catch me on my streams at Deadman. Well, I was about to say deadman.com. That might be a website that'll definitely be a website in the future. You be on the lookout for that. But youtube.com/@DeadmanVince BCM, and then twitch.tv/DeadmanVince, I think is what the handles are. Have not seen them in a long time, but we are gonna go ahead and crack into this summon and go ahead and break these rates. I was about to say, is that a Gojo animation? The screen looked like crazy, like a very deep black for a second, and I was like, yo, what's going on right now? This looks like it's gonna be nothing, but I mean, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter to me too much, this summon right here. What matters is the summon later on in the day with Shoko. But since we didn't get anything right here, I'm perfectly fine with that. I will perfectly accept that. I do not care. That is it for the video, guys. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, you can go down below. You can leave a like. You can hit subscribe, and you can hit the notification bell so you can get notified every single time the dead man decides to glide. And you can also comment down below and let me know what else you want to see on the channel. But that is going to be it for today. Peace.